Rick wanted to murk them motherfuckers way back when, and they didn't listen. And look what happened to Bob. I said, hell no. I said, Rick, if you motherfucking act human now, I said, hell no. Rick said, remember what I told you I was... Woo, because you know Abraham thinks that he is a G, and he thinks he can body Rick. Rick would have whooped his motherfucker. Oh, I just want to... We are like, oh, I love Maggie. She can't die. I'm like, here we go again. Maggie is leaving without looking for Beth. I locked the doors and they wanted to get in. I'm gonna be damned. The Lord sent you here to kill me. I'm like, punch him in the face. He's doing way too much. The people are like, oh my God, this is a bitch. Like, why is he crying? Like, you're eating tainted meat! You're eating tainted meat, idiot! When I tell y'all, Bob on the brink of death gave me so much life. More so in this particular episode than any other episode ever. That's insane to me. Even Sasha became alive with Bob dying. I don't know. It was intense. This episode was great. I am Wesley from A Connection TV, the network. I know I'm a black dude, but yeah, I love The Walking Dead. That doesn't make me a geek. I just love the show because it's the best show on television. So hopefully you can adopt similar connections despite our differences. Ask God with me on The Walking Dead. We are recapping 4 Walls and a Roof. I know that's right. I know that's right, goddammit. 4 walls and a roof. That is not me. Well, you know, I'll get animated when I review The Walking Dead, but let's get into this particular review. Subscribe because it is free to do. It doesn't pain you in any way to subscribe to me. And like this video and tweet The Walking Dead people. So yeah, hopefully they'll watch this. Gareth admits that he and the people are the one that marked the trees. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for telling us, because I thought it was Bob. But then that really didn't make no sense, Wes. That made absolutely no sense whatsoever for you to think that. But I'm just saying, it was a great thought. I don't know why, but it was just a great thought. But Gareth admits that he is the one that marked the tree so they can find their way back to Terminus. Why would they want to go back to Terminus? Well, Terminus is a sound structure. Yeah, it was blown up to bits. Yeah, everybody died or whatever. But the other 75% of the building, I'm sure, is still intact. So it didn't really... Like, I mean, I guess that's where they want to go. Safe haven for them. All the zombies are done and gone by now. But hey, there's only 5 of them left. Out of all of those people, that is intense. That has to hurt the heart. That has to pain you. It really does. But I don't care what Gareth is saying to Bob. I really don't. He's talking about he wants to kill Carol because Carol killed his mother. And I'm like, that was your mom? Damn. And he's like, I want to kill Michonne. He's like, I want to kill Sasha. Sasha looks hot. Sasha looks like she tastes good. And then, you know, Bob starts laughing frantically and like, you're eating tainted meat. Now, let's get into the concept of them eating tainted meat. Yes, I know that they are all sick. Every single last one of them have the virus. Yes, we know this. I know this. But we also know when they get bit, it allows for the virus to really take effect without them dying. Because we know that when they die, they come back to life naturally because that's the virus. But when they get bit, it really enforces the virus and they turn really quickly. So what is the concept of them eating tainted meat? Will that allow them to turn quickly? We will never know, because Rick served his motherfucking promise to Gareth at the end of this, so we will never know. But we all know that no matter what, if you eat food that is tainted, whether it's salmonella or people get food poisoning, okay? And it reacts in the system. So if it's not cooked well, you can still get sick. So I believe that concept, mind you, they cooked over fire. The meat looked raw. I mean, it didn't look like it was well done. So who knows? But we will never have to worry about it. Ever. Ever. And I'm loving that. Sasha is out in the woods looking for Bob. She looks like the Black Lara Croft. And I am liking the fact that they have this black female in a role of some sorts of power. And we already know Michonne kicks ass, but it's nice to have more and more people of women. Let me just say women in power. So you got Carol, you got Michonne, you got Sasha now. You even got Tara. That's her name? I keep forgetting the girl's name. Tara. Then you have Rosita. Well, no, Tara and Rosita. So it's a well balanced. You got 3 bad chicks: Carol, Michonne, and Sasha, and you got 3 weak girls: Tara, Rosita, and Maggie. Because Maggie's no one's tough. I'm sorry. Some of y'all were like, "Oh, I love Maggie. She can't die." I'm like, here we go again. Maggie is leaving without looking for Beth. Like, I just don't understand the concept. I give 2 F's about, but I found out a spoiler. I found out a spoiler. I'm going to mention it later, okay? And I'll let y'all know when the spoiler is coming so you can turn off the review if you want to. But baby, okay? So Sasha's out looking for Bob. She has this thermal gun with a silencer, and she's bucking people. And she's like, we're being watched. And Bob was out here, and we're being watched. I want to find my husband. I'm like, girl, cut it out. Tyrese and Rick said, come on, girl, let's go back to the church. Come on, let's not do this right now. So they get back to the church, and Sasha bogarts the priest, and he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, what are you doing here? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. The preacher's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She pulls out the shank. I'm like, oh, yes, Sasha, digging that ass. Rick pulls her back a little bit. She's like, now calm down, Sasha, calm down. Relax, girl. And then Rick reads him his rights. And then all of a sudden, Gabriel has this whole confession, and he's like, they wanted to get in, and I just locked the doors. I locked the doors, and they wanted to get in. I'm gonna be damned. The Lord sent you here to kill me. I'm like, punch him in the face. He's doing way too much. The people are like, oh my God, this is a bitch. Like, why is he crying? Like, then Sasha was like, oh, I'm just over it. Whatever. That was a crazy scene. Then all of a sudden, someone's laying outside. They drop off Bill. Bill got his leg cut off. Sasha's like, oh my God, Bob. Oh my God, Bob. And, they pick him up. They bring him into the church. Then all of a sudden, some gunshots goes off, and Rick starts bucking. So I'm like, oh, damn. Bob tells them everything. They tell them where they are located. They're like, Daryl and Carol ran off in a car. They said that they were just laughing at me, talking about eating everybody and everything, and they were just happy and gloating about it. The people are sick to their stomachs. Abraham says, we are out. My job is to extract Eugene, and I'm getting him the fuck out of here. I'm not dealing with this bullshit. We have to save the world. I'm like, oh my God, Orange, shut up. He gets on my nerves. But, when Rick, oh my God, with the battle between, and it wasn't even a battle, but it was intense. When Rick went after Abraham and said, you ain't taking the bus. And Abraham threw Rick off of him. I was like, ooh, it's about to be a battle. Ooh, because Abraham thinks that he's a G, and he thinks he can body Rick. Rick would have whooped his motherfucker. Ooh, I just want to. I'm sorry. I am team Rick. I don't give a fuck. I I don't care if Abraham was 6'9", 535 pounds. Rick would have whooped his mother. What? Rick went through some shit. So Rick said, Abraham was like, we getting out of here. And that's that. Glenn's like, wait a minute, stop it. Let's not fight. You need us. You need us to go. Tara's like, I have a plan. Okay? So, yeah, I have a plan. Just let's listen to my plan. And after my plan is done, I'll go with you. Then Abraham's like, we want Glenn and Maggie too. I'm like, what? For what? Because y'all had that little the pilgrimage the pilgrimage before when y'all met up with Glenn and Tara and y'all found Maggie and y'all was together, so now y'all think y'all a team? Fuck that! Team Prison is the original team. Don't be over here, Abraham Orange here, trying to make your own team. What the hell? Abraham, you aren't important, boy. You aren't important. Orange hair. And I hate the fact that even though I don't really care too much about Glenn and Maggie, Glenn is too human for me. It's getting disgusting. And that's terrible for me to say because you think of the concept of the show, you want humans to be involved with good, good concept of life and human and all. They've been through too much shit. Maggie almost got raped. Like, come on. Like, y'all still have all this humility and humbleness in your hearts. And y'all dealing with these dead motherfuckers walking around and shit, killing people, and even people killing people? What? I'm over the whole higher than thou, I'm still a saint in this fucked up world of ours. I'm over that concept. I really am. I busted a couple nuts watching Rick and the people murder determinist people. That's just my mindset. Fuck out of here. You threatened my daughter, you threatened my son, you threatened my family, my adopted family, where we adopt similar connections despite our difference. Fuck out of here. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Glenn's like, you know what, we'll go with you. Because Abraham said, well, if Glenn and Maggie's not coming, I'm out. Rick looked down, he said, you're not taking the bus. Abraham said, who gonna stop me? Rick lifted up that head and went to go steadily walk at Abraham. I was like, oh, it's about to go down. It's about to go motherfucking down. It's about to go down, god damn it. What? They gonna say, no, wait, no, don't fight over me. I'll go with you. I will go. And Maggie will come because I'm the husband and I'm telling her we're going. Maggie's like, yeah, I'll go with my husband. Fuck Beth. I'm like, oh, I want to punch Maggie in the motherfucking throat. I'm over Maggie. There's no way. I'm sorry. It frustrates me about Maggie. That's why I don't care about her. There's no way you were looking for 9 episodes. You were looking for Glenn. You wanted Glenn. That's the only person you were worried about was Glenn. You found Glenn and you don't care remotely for Beth. You're willing to go all the way to Washington, D.C. without even knowing if Beth is alive. Physically seeing if Beth is alive. Oh, that frustrates me. And it really pisses me off. That's why I don't care about Maggie. And oh, God. The aggravate. How the fuck Daryl and Carol driving off to go save Beth, but Maggie is... Okay, what's the countdown? It's just a motherfucking show. Just relax. Hopefully y'all are able to ask God with me and y'all subscribed. Because I'm pissed at Maggie. But that whole scene was hot. So, we get past that. And Abraham's like, all right, I'll help because Glenn and Maggie are coming. Great. Bob says one good thing about getting kicked in my face made me forget about the pain in my leg and all that. He tries to make Sasha laugh. Sasha ain't having it. She's over it. She's like, this shit ain't funny. I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, why didn't you tell me when it happened? Bob is like, I I didn't want to talk about the end. I wanted to talk about the middle. I was like, all right, Bob, you better go ahead and be poetic justice. Rick says, we attack them now. Sasha says, I'm going with you. Tyrese says, the time you have with Bob, you can't throw away. So Sasha and Tyrese have this little talking moment. But at the end of the day, Sasha said, take the blade. You kill Bob. I'm going after those people because that's what Bob would want. I said, all right. I love it when a woman makes up her mind and she goes for it. I love that. I love that. That is awesome. And I'm like, okay, girl, you're not about to be a damsel in distress waiting for your husband to turn so you can shank him. No, because he's already gone. He's already gone. Those people robbed you of more memories, future memories, possible future memories with you and your husband, your boyfriend, whatever he is. Yeah, you want to take revenge out on that because it's already gone. It's like, that's what I'm like. It's already like, what? So why am I staying here when I need to be go killing motherfuckers? You know what? I was vibing with Sasha. Tyrese should have took his ass on with Glenn and Maggie. The humans should have stayed, and what we call them? No, we're gonna call them the soldiers. The post-Armageddon soldiers with the humans. Right. Leave the humans to go do what they do. Tyrese says forgiveness is where it's at. I said, you's a lie. You's a lie. Sasha said, you want me to forgive who? Forgive what? For doing what? That ain't happening, Captain. They leave for the terminus people, and then Gareth comes walking down the side to go into church. I said, I know Rick and the people ain't gone. I know Rick, and after they was shooting at their asses before they went into church, I know Rick and the people didn't think that they was, I know that they didn't do that. I know, come on now. So Gareth and them walk into church, and you know, Gareth start name dropping. He like, I know who here, we saw everybody that left, goddammit. Carl, you can't do shit to us. Eugene, you's a punk bitch. Gabrielle, we saw you crying just a second ago. Y'all need to give it up. Y'all about to die. Then all of a sudden, pop, pop. Pop, pop. I said, yes. That's what I was like, oh, yeah. They get Rick sniped. Two of the dudes at the door in the head, pop, pop. With the silencer. I was like, yes, I love it. They got that thermal shit. But then again, it was probably Sasha because she had a thermal weapon. Then Gareth said, y'all not gonna what? Y'all not gonna do it? And then all of a sudden, pop, pop, his fingers get shot off. I said, yes, God, at it. Yes, God. I love this, Rick. I love this. And so Rick comes up, and Gareth's like, get down. Rick's like, get down on your knees. And then, of course, the one that Tyrese was supposed to beat up, he's like, I'm not doing anything. And then Abraham comes back, you think you aren't, mother? And then they get out on their knees. And then Garrett's like, you want me to beg? You have to want me to beg because you could have killed me a long time ago. Rick's like, I needed to save my bullets. I'm sorry, y'all know certain scenes be killing me, and I be going off, and y'all be saying it, y'all be laughing at me when I be laughing. I don't know why I laugh the way I do. I just do. But when I get into a laugh, I don't laugh like, ha, 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 ha. My laugh, well then again, I do be loud when I laugh sometimes, but my laugh is uncontrollable because it just takes over me. I love life. I love life and I love good energy, and when good energy goes through me, I just get overcome by good energy and I just have to explode. And sometimes it's hard for me to breathe when I'm laughing. That's why sometimes I sound like the Cheshire Cat from Wizard of Oz. But that scene was hilarious. He said, I needed to save my bullets. Don't fuck with Rick. He said, Rick looked down at Gareth. He's like, let us go. We won't bother you again. I said, what? I said, who? Let who go where? After After what y'all just did, what? Y'all ain't Bob's leg. We just gonna let y'all go? Glenn would have let his ass go. Glenn, Tyrese, all them humans would have let Gareth's ass go. Rick wanted to murk them motherfuckers way back when, and they didn't listen. And look what happened to Bob. I said, hell no. I said, Rick, if you motherfucking act human now, I said, hell no. Rick said, remember what I told you I was... Rick said, remember what I told you I was gonna do? Bang, 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 bang. I'm like, yes. Busting a nut, busting another nut, busting another nut. Yes, God damn it, yes, God. Sasha said he's yanking, shanking. Even Abraham, his orange-haired ass, he's like, pom. Glenn about ready to throw up. Maggie like, oh my God, I can't believe what we're doing. Tyrese comes out, he diarrhea his pants. I'm like, the hell. Even the preacher was like, he walks out, he's like, this is God's house. Maggie all bad and she acting bad. And she was damn near throw up in her stomach. She acting bad. This is just 4 walls and a roof. I'm like, bitch, get out of here, girl. Get out of here, girl. Get out, go somewhere. You ain't do shit. Maggie, get on my nerves. Maggie, get on my nerves. I thought it was hot how Carl pulled out the gun though and was about to go buck wild on these motherfuckers. He was just sitting there posted with the gun. I'm like, go ahead, Carl, you better say something. Judith almost gave away their position though. But that whole scene was hot. The next day, they all say their goodbyes to Bob. Bob has a great conversation with Rick, and he's like, you know what? I just want to thank you. You brought me in. But do me a favor. Don't change who you are. I know we're living in a nightmare, but be you. Be you. Bring people in. I'm like, Bob, that's a great concept. Then we sit with Sasha. I'm thinking, at this point, I'm like, when the hell is he going to go? I'm like, they really stretched out his role. I'm like, God damn, this dude was supposed to been done dead. Not that I want him, I'm not saying it like, y'all think I'll be mean. I'm not saying it like that, but I'm just saying he was supposed to die a long time ago. We got all these edits, he's still alive, preaching and shit. I'm like, but anyway, he stopped breathing, and he was like, his last words, that was thick though. I almost got teary-eyed. That was real. These actors, I swear they be acting their ass off. He was the last words, I just wanted to see you smile. And there's that smile. Then he turns over and he dies. I was like, oh no. Then Sasha buries her head. Her eyes closed. I'm like, girl, you better wake up, because if he wake up and take a bite out your earlobe, you ain't gonna be crying no more, bitch. So you better wake up, do what you gotta do. But you know, she crying and shit because that's her man. Tyrese came in like he heard, like, I got this. Bounce, I got this. I'm like, Tyrese, what the hell are you gonna do? But then Tyree does it. He stabs him in the head. You hear this little sound like his skull was that soft. I'm like, damn. I thought he would have to go bam, but he right in the temple, right there where it is kind of soft. I'm like, all right, Tyree. Tyrese, they bury Bob or whatever. Then that night come, Michonne out on the porch, because Michonne got her sword back. Y'all saw when she stood up with that sword. She grabbed that sword. It was like, I'm back. I'm like, all right, Michonne. So she out with her sword. She letting it resonate. I knew damn well she missed that goddamn sword. I knew damn well she missed that sword. She was out there kissing it. Baby, I miss you. Gabriel comes out. He's like, I'm hearing voices. Michonne's like, they're never going to go away, so get used to it. Then all of a sudden, you hear something in the bushes. Gabriel won his little ass. Gabriel hightail it back in the damn church. He's like, I'm not dealing with this. Y'all deal with it. You deal with it. Michonne walks out with her blade. She's lethal. I'm like, yes, God, black goddess with the braids. She giving me storm tease from this whole situation. I'm like, yes, mystic of the elements. Then all of a sudden, Daryl walks out, all like lost and frazzled. I'm thinking to myself, does he have amnesia? Like, what's going on? Why he ain't like running out? You know what I'm saying? He's stumbling out and shit. Then he looks at Michonne like he don't know who he's looking at. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Michonne's laughing, smiling and shit. She happy. She like, well, where's Carol? Then all of a sudden, Daryl turns around. You can come on out. So here's what I'm thinking. Here's my hypotheses, and we about to get into some spoilers. So I don't know if you want to turn it off right now or whatever, but y'all just surf the net and it just comes out. But here's my thing. I'm thinking Daryl left Carol undercover to scope out where Beth was, because they found out where Beth was. In the midst of all of that, Daryl came across somebody new that was at the hospital or whatever, and that helped them and tried to help them just trying to escape or whatever, or something like that, something along them lines. And that's why Daryl was like, you can come out now, because if it was Carol with them, okay, if it was Carol with them, then they would have both walked out. But I'm thinking Daryl rescued somebody and Carol's left where Beth is to scope out the situation to help Beth, and Daryl went back to go get the rest of the squad. That's my thing on what's going on with Daryl and why Daryl telling somebody they can come out now. Other than that, it could be Rick. I mean, it could be Morgan. They could have ran into Morgan, and Morgan, because of Michonne and the whole history that they got, he was a little set back to walk out. But I don't know, I think that's kind of far-fetched. Now, this is what I heard. This is heard from the grapevine. Morgan is going to come back and help Rick out towards the mid-season finale, because y'all know we getting like 6 episodes or something like that, then it's going off. Something small and like that. I'm pissed. But yeah, that's what, and then it's coming back next year. So yeah, Morgan is supposed to help Rick somewhere along the lines. And I said this. I said that they're going to be guns a-blazing. I said that. Now, we already know Bob dies, but apparently Beth is supposed to die. Apparently. And the person that's supposed to see Beth dying is Maggie. Now, apparently Maggie sees Beth eating one of the manager or the person that was responsible for the hospital, the ward where she was. Apparently Beth is eating him as a zombie, and Maggie has to put out Beth. I don't know how the hell the bus come into, well, I guess maybe en route to Atlanta, they find, I mean not Atlanta, Washington DC, they find this hospital, and then we find Beth, and that's probably what happens. I don't know. I really know. It's kind of weird that it happened like that, if that's how it's gonna happen, because Daryl already saw where Beth is, or at least that's what I'm thinking. But I don't know what y'all think is gonna happen. What do y'all think is gonna happen? This was a great episode. I think it was better than episode 2. You know, if I had to rank the first 3 episodes, I would have to say episode 1 is the best, episode 3 is the second, and episode 2 is the third. But all 3 episodes are phenomenal. I'm loving this show. I'm loving the direction of the season. I'm loving the direction of Rick. Rick is human when people are good. But when you fuck over on Rick, he is going to retaliate without any remorse and without any regret. And I love that about Rick, because that's the type of person you need to be. Rick is not outcasting everyone. He's giving people a fair opportunity to prove themselves. When they don't prove themselves, Rick will murk you, and I love that. That's how Glenn needs to be. That's how Maggie, that's how all the humans need to be. They need to be a post-Armageddon soldier like Rick, Michonne, and even Abraham, orange-haired ass. But I liked how Abraham apologized to Rick on the mat. I thought that was hot. It made me forgive Abraham and his orange-haired ass. It really did. I just love The Walking Dead. If you're not into The Walking Dead, you need to get into The Walking Dead. We need to ask God with each other about The Walking Dead. I'm Wesley from A Connection TV, the network. Please subscribe, like, share, and tweet this video. Deuces.